Welcome to the Photography News Show, where I bring you the best and latest news in the photography industry. Coming up today, we have two very interesting lenses from Canon, the new EOS R3, a photography simulator game, and much more. So, let's begin! Hey fellow photographers, it's Alessandro Carpentiero, travel photographer and gear expert from Italy, and I want to welcome you to episode number 19 of the Photography News Show. This is my weekly series, and if you're into photography gear, please consider subscribing to always stay on top of the industry. So, let's see what's new. Lens news. This week can be defined as the Canon week, as the Japanese brand has released two lenses, the 100 to 400mm f5.68 and the 16mm f2.8, plus its new flagship camera, the long-awaited EOS R3. This new camera has taken most of the attention, but I would like to start the show talking about the two newly introduced lenses, as I find them very interesting. Let's start with the 100 to 400mm. This is the lens that surprised me the most, as it offers a super versatile focal range in a lightweight form factor, at a great price. The lens is in fact 165mm tall, it weighs only 635 grams, and it costs $649. The combination of all these numbers makes it a perfect lens for landscape photography. Most telephoto zoom lenses are, in fact, designed to be used for sport and wildlife photography, where it's important to have a fast lens, and you don't really care too much about weight. On the other hand, when you go on a hike or you explore a city, the weight of your gear becomes a more determining factor. In those cases, you would normally get a cheaper and lighter 70 to 300mm, but from now on, Canon shooters will have the option to choose the 100 to 400mm focal length, which will add more versatility and consequently more shooting opportunities. Here's the question of the week. Do you have a versatile telephoto lens? Which one is it? Let me know in the comments. Personally, I don't have one, because I never really wanted to bring with me a heavy lens. But if Sony will release something similar, I will surely add it to my bucket list. That's why, if I would shoot with Canon, I would honestly order this lens right away, as it would enable me to take shots that I wouldn't normally take, allowing me to easily carry around a long telephoto zoom. To be this light, it certainly cannot have a wide aperture, but that's not a problem if you shoot landscapes where you normally shoot at a narrower aperture. Still, if you want to use this lens handheld, it has a 5.5 stops of stabilization. If you want to add more versatility to your RF kit, you can pre-order this lens from the link in the description. While the other lens Canon has introduced is the 16mm f2.8, a prime wide-angle lens that weighs only 165 grams. It's so light that you can basically forget to have it in your bag. It's a pancake lens that comes with Canon's STM focus motor, and I consider it ideal for vlogging and to be used on a gimbal. Besides videos, it can also work in a variety of scenarios, from architecture to landscapes and astrophotography. And the cool thing is that it costs only $299, which is a very competitive price, and I can imagine Canon will add other lenses to this category so that you can create your own portable kit of bright prime lenses. Both these lenses have had an immediate success, and Canon has already published an apology saying that it will take some time before it will be able to fulfill all the orders. I personally shoot with Sony, but I'm really glad to see that Canon is introducing new products that will push other camera manufacturers to innovate. Talking about this, Nikon has released an affordable and compact lens this week, the Nikkor Z 40mm f2. Being a pancake lens, it has a similar intended usage as the Canon lens I've just showed you. And having a 40mm focal length, you can use it for street and portrait photography. Coming at just $300, it can be a great choice for those Nikon Z shooters that are looking for a compact and cheap prime lens. Lastly, Tamron has published more details about the upcoming 35 to 150mm f2 2.8. Specifically, the aperture will be of f2 from 35 to 40mm, f2.2 from 40 to 60mm, f2.5 from 60 to 80, and f2.8 from 80mm onwards. Camera news. I've been talking about this camera from show number 2, and it's finally official. Canon has released the EOS R3, its new flagship camera. It's a camera that has been rumored for months and months, and it's a very important step, as it's the first mirrorless camera from Canon that finally meets all the requirements that professional sports photographers have, while also bringing innovation to the industry. It has a 24.1 full-frame sensor with an ISO sensitivity of up to 102,400. It's a back-illuminated stack sensor that is more efficient at gathering light, and Canon promises that the viewfinder is blackout-free during continuous shooting. That is 30 frames per second with the electronic shutter or 12 with the mechanical one. What I think is the most mind-bending feature is the eye-controlled autofocus. The camera is in fact able to move the focus point based on where you're looking at, making operations extremely fast and effective, something of the essence in sports photography. Talking about autofocus, the camera can of course recognize and track people, but it can do the same with cars and motorcycles too, which is something that will make you miss fewer shots than you used to. The in-body stabilization is up to 8 stops, and the construction is dust and water resistant, and the grip is integrated into the body. Video-wise, it films 60 frames per second in 6K RAW and 4K up to 120 frames per second. It basically is a stellar camera with a stellar price of $5,999. Honestly, I'm happy to see that Canon is back in the game of high-end cameras, and it will surely push the whole industry to innovate even further. Among all the features, what I would really love to see implemented from other brands is the eye-controlled autofocus. I'm so looking forward to not having to move the focus points manually, and I'm excited to see what's next for the industry. Pictures of the week. In this segment, I feature the most interesting pictures I've seen on the web. This week we have the winners of the 47th annual Small World Photomicrography competition by Nikon, a contest that showcases photographs taken with microscopes. The Small World has always fascinated me, as you can see beautiful structures, patterns and colors which serve as great reminders of nature's perfection. Weird news. The imaging world can be at times weird. From now on, you don't need to travel to take pictures. You just have to open up the photography simulator and start capturing wildlife all around the world. Heck, you can even fly a drone or shoot a pigeon. Kidding aside, this can actually be a useful game to practice your photography, as you will have to control all the settings while also choosing the cameras and lenses. If you're interested in it, I will leave the link to the Steam page in the description. Rumors. Nikon has published a statement where it says it's currently developing an entry-level camera focused on younger content creators. It's rumored to be released somewhere in March 2022, and it's probably going to be a response to Sony's ZV-1 and ZV-E10. So, let's wait and see. That's it for today. I really hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Photography News Show. Which news did you like the most? Just let me know in the comments below. And if you've liked this video, please give it a big thumb up, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. And make sure to share this video with your photography friends. And remember, if you need help with your photography, remember that you can always reach out either on Instagram or via email, and I will be happy to help. So, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one!